Hello, good morning, students. Today we are going to see the topic types of inquiries from the Unit 1 Engineering Ethics. So, what are moral inquiries? Moral issues which can be resolved by following an investigation procedure step by step in order to have a clear understanding towards the issue. So, this inquiry is a kind of process where we need to carry out an investigation. And you know what is the investigation? It has to thoroughly study and understand the moral issue and to know the moral issues outcomes. So it is a kind of deep analysis over the moral things and moral issues. So judging the issues has to be followed by a systematic procedure to avoid any kind of flaws. So here the engineering ethics involves investigations into values, meanings and facts. There are three types of inquiries in moral analysis. One is normative inquiry, then conceptual inquiry, then factual or descriptive inquiry. So here there is an outline for all these types of inquiries, make it easy to understand. In normative inquiry is a kind of very common kind of ideal response. In this kind of investigation it happens. And this ideal response will vary from people to people. There is a differentiation in this normative inquiry, but it looks very easy to understand. But when it comes to conceptual inquiry, this kind of investigation, which is a very safe and secured for the public welfare, safety, and health oriented compromises will be there in conceptual inquiry. But in factual or descriptive inquiry, this is completely facts oriented. With all the scientific analysis, this decision has been made on this kind of inquiries. So let us see in detail in normative inquiry. As it is mentioned, is normative in nature. It refers to the description that describes what one ought to do under a specific circumstance. So this is a very expected ideal response, which might differ from what one believes to be right or wrong. This includes the responsibility of engineer to protect the public safety and how they should respond under such dangerous practices. So, most probably the normative inquiries also quote the laws and procedures that affected the engineering practice on moral grounds. And these refer to the thought process where the moral rights ought to be implemented in order to fulfill their professional obligations. So, normative inquiry is a kind of professional approach of dealing with the moral issues, and it's a professional way of investigating the moral issues. And in other case of conceptual inquiry, it is actually referring the description of meaning of concepts, principles, and the issues related to the engineering ethics. So, the ethics that an engineer should possess to protect the safety, health, and welfare of the public. So, these kind of moral inquiries are described under conceptual inquiries. So, conceptual inquiry, it is also describing what the safety is, and it mentions the marginal issues of safety along with the precautions of an engineer, how he should take to avoid the risk. So, thus, the conceptual inquiries mention the moral aspects of bribery and how it is getting effects in various things, and along with the professional ethics and professionalism. So, conceptual inquiry is always talking about the reality and the safety concern of every society and public. And in factual inquiry is also called as a descriptive inquiry, which is helping to provide the facts for understanding and finding solutions to the value based issues. So, the engineer has to conduct factual inquiries by using scientific techniques. And this factual kind of inquiry is providing the information regarding the business realities such as engineering practice, history of engineering profession, the effectiveness of professional societies, its procedures to be adopted when assessing risk and psychological profiles of engineers. So we have learnt the differentiation between all these type of investigations in the form of inquiries. Thank you very much. Let us see in the next class.